I think I've said all along to you guys, we really like our team. We like our guys. From last spring, obviously COVID was hard on us in a lot of ways. For our guys to persevere and have a great finish, we couldn't ask for a better story after a bad start to it. And it really led to our guys being very focused and working hard in the spring, into the summer, into the fall. As a lot of people in this, coaches that I talk to, you worry about culture and toughness and togetherness because of the portal and the new guys. And I think we couldn't be more pleased with the new guys, how they fit in. They almost are the guys that have seemed like they've been here the longest and appreciate it the most. And I really think maybe it's because we do have a good place and we have a good program and we treat people right. And it's like, man, this is pretty good. And they appreciate it. So from Mark to Ish to Marquise to Max and Logan, they have really fit in with our group. I thought our preparation for our scrimmage a week ago was superb. Our coaches did a great job. Our players did a great job, and we went out and played. We played unbelievably hard. We were very physical. We were tough. We did well. I couldn't be more pleased with that. I think now we're at day 22 of practice today out of 30. We probably hit a little bit of the dog days, and we've had some injuries, and so we're a little short numbered. But it's just like a lot of we're ready for a game now, and that's why Thursday's important and next Wednesday. But the thing I've told them is don't get bored with practice. You've got to keep getting better and stay focused, and let's not have failure be the reason that we got motivated. So we just keep getting better. We got a good group. I think our leadership has gotten better. And I know our togetherness is really good. Our chemistry is great. They are very competitive. The program, the military guys, at one point grabbed me and they said, "Are they always this competitive?" And I just kind of laughed because every drill, whether it's a shooting drill, whatever it might be, the smallest drill, they're competing against each other. Rodney Magruder he'd compete in stretching, and we don't maybe have that extreme, but we got a lot of guys that that love to compete every day. The practices are hard; they're hard fought. They get into it, and it's been fun so far. So we'll see where we go. I think our biggest thing is today we got several guys injured or sick. Davion's got a little bit of a case of something right now. He won't be here. He missed yesterday. Hopefully back by the end of the week. He does not have COVID, but he has something else. Obviously, we talked about Surrey with the knee surgery. He is back here, and he's made a lot of progress. But that's a 7-month process to come back. Had some tough news on Max. He had a surgery in the spring at home, and a little bit of a reoccurrence, and we're gonna have to go do something again with that. So we probably won't have him, for a while at least. And then Nigel's been slowed up a little bit, and we tried to be cautious with him. He is back in practice, and hopefully he'll keep making progress. And then Carlton has had this little bit of knee. He had a knee procedure in the spring at the end, and he's still kind of hobbling back from that. He's made some progress, but we still don't have him full go. So a lot of days now we're down to 9 kids in practice, nine guys, and it makes it a little tough. But we're fortunate to have pretty good walk-ons and still got some young coaches that can still get up and down and practice a little bit, which helps us also. No, I'll be honest, and we'll see how the week goes. And I think this might be here. I told the staff the other day, and I'm not sure they agreed with me. This might be a year where, every game it might be a little different unit. And depending how they play, we've emphasized the Greek Freak came out the other. We were always looking for something, but he came out after one of the first or second games. You guys might have seen it, where he said, "There's every game. All I worry about is two things I can control: my attitude and my effort." And we've really used that as a fixture with our guys. And I think it. I just was sitting up meeting with Selton here, and every day. It could be who we're playing, how somebody's playing, your energy, your attitude, and maybe if you want to play, you better come every day to practice and do what you're supposed to and play your butts off and be prepared. So I would say the only one for sure, probably, just because Davion's out, is Casey. Casey will start. So probably Ish. And then after that, the guards, with good fortune, I've said it, we have pretty good depth and versatility, and a lot of guys, they're going to play a lot. And, just hopefully we can get the most out of them.
What does Mark Smith bring you in terms of veteranness?
Yeah. I think the first thing, and I asked him, I joked with him a couple times this summer, I said, "Are you always this happy?" Because he comes in here and he's happy. He's got a smile on his face. And I get text messages from his dad, and like he so happy to be there, so appreciative of what you guys have done. And so I think that he comes now. Has every day been perfect with him? No, he's still learning. It's a new system. We told him, he's been at 2 high-level programs with 2 different coaches, so he's got all these habits, and that, not what they do is wrong, but it's different than what we do. So now you got to break some of that. So he's had his tough days, and yet he always comes back with a smile. He's always in the gym. The thing that surprised me the most is his athleticism and physicality. And he's had a pretty good week. Now, about 2 weeks ago, he had a little bit of a low, but I think the nice thing is he appreciates it, comes back, he wants to learn, wants to get better, and he is one of a group that works very, very hard. What we've done is, I wouldn't say day to day, but his minutes are day to day. We just yesterday was probably the most he went. He probably went 3/4 of the practice yesterday. At the beginning, we were trying to let him do a little section of practice, rest, come back, but that wasn't working. He was getting too stiff. And so now we're just carving out. Luke comes with me every day and says, what do you want him in? And then we'll go a stretch of, it started 30 minutes, now it's 45. Yesterday, about an hour and 15, where he was part of it.
The guys that you did have playing that secret scrimmage, did they surprise you, or did they play the way you expected?
I think they played the way I envisioned, and they played much better than I thought like we would early. But I think they were very focused. They were ready. We didn't play perfect by any means, but we were very, very competitive. We were very physical. We rebounding, to play hard chart, all those things and the defensive end was really, really good. We missed some easy ones, and a few too many turnovers, especially, ironically, it was more of the big guys this time with the turnovers. But, overall, it was for early, I was really, really happy. Oh, yeah, we do more. You do timeouts, and you can arrange the scrimmage however you want. And I had talked with the coach, and, we kind of, and some of it you got to play by ear. How many guys do you have, all injuries, all that stuff. So I think they definitely wanted to play more. I think our guys did too. We got to the point where the officials they were struggling because we had gone so much that they said one more they were due, but you don't want them to get hurt either.
You had to pick one facet of this year's team that would kind of keep you up at night still, or is that improvement or that leap forward? What is it?
Turnovers right now. Just learning that we don't have to make a big play every time we touch the ball. I think that would be the thing that we've struggled with most. And then just all the guys, I think the next thing was just figuring out a role. What's your role? How can you score? How can you make plays? And still feel good about it. That's a big thing. And we've talked a lot, and we'll continue to talk a lot about understanding your role, taking pride in it, accepting, executing, and taking pride in your role. And I think that would be the next step as we move forward, especially you get into games and minutes. Use your minutes. Don't worry about how many minutes you have. Use your minutes that you get. Yeah, those three guys, especially the veterans, if they've been 1 year, 2 years, 3 years with a coach, those are the habits that are ingrained. That's why your older players win, because they have great habits, but they also recognize situations and how we're going to guard things. So, it's taken them a little time, but they're trying, and they're making the effort and mindset. We got a lot of guys that come and watch film, and that's really important to learn the game and get better. Now, can you take the film to practice and then to the game, then go back and do it again, and each time make a little bit of improvement? But the thing we really have right now is we can put great pressure on the ball, and that can solve a lot of problems on defense. It's like rushing the quarterback. I think we saw it Saturday. It takes even the best quarterbacks out of games. How do you get to Brady? How do you get to Patrick? You put pressure on him, and it changes the whole thing. Same thing in basketball. The ball screen doesn't occur if there's so much pressure they can't even get to the ball screen. And I think we, from Marquise to Selton to Mike to Mark, we got four guys that can really pressure the ball. So I think that we can come at people and cause problems. Oh, God, more than 100%. It's not even close. We have more guys sitting here than we had last year in practice at that time. So. Well, I think it's always great, and I encourage it. Just my opportunities I've been blessed with USA Basketball, and then, just the team I dealt with 19 and under, how those guys evolved. To see Tyrese Halliburton go from freshman year, to the next year, you see. And some of it is just that confidence, the mojo, and playing against tough players and tough teams, and having that experience. I think the same thing with him. They practiced, while we were doing drills and drill work and that. He was practicing against older guys that play, even in his own group. They're professional players playing overseas. So every day I think he was the youngest guy in that region. I remember I thought the announcer said that when we were watching a game. So, just it's an unbelievable, valuable experience for him.
I was going to ask you about Ish. Is there anything that surprised you about his game? I know you looked at him a ton, recruited him, and he comes here. He seems to be a pretty versatile guy, 6'9" or whatever, shoot it. Is there anything that surprised you about him?
One, I didn't think he was that tall. He is tall, and that I think you got to, go. He's got to get a little more meat on him. We've talked about that. I think he's starting to figure that out, and that'll come over the course of time. And I think the thing that surprised me most is how much he loves the game and how much he studies the game, and he wants to get better. Every day, and again, they asked me at Media Day in Kansas City, who has worked the hardest, and I don't, there's at least 5, 6 guys that would be up there tied for first who's in the gym, but he's definitely somebody that's here shooting, in with AJ in the weight room, up watching film, all those things, and when you have that, you're going to get better. Well, Coach Southwell joked the other day, he's got a chip on his shoulder, but you are 5'8" and you can't change that. So, but he plays with big heart, and he's got to realize, I kind of text with him Friday night a little bit, worry about what you can do and just do those things. And because he can create havoc on defense with his pressure, he's got quickness to get by people. And then then you got to play the game. You got to read the plays, and that's something I think he's learning. As through practice, and this is a different level. And every day, not only the guys we're going to play against, but every day the guys you play against in practice too are longer, bigger, whatever. A little more athletic probably. So you got to figure that out and adjust and learn. But again, he wants to get better, and he really, really cares. I think it might be the best thing about our whole group. They really care. Yeah, I said since the beginning, I thought he's been X factor, could be an X factor for us, because he gives you the new modern kind of small ball forward that can do some stuff at the hoop, can run, rebound, all that. And if you watch the scrimmage in Bramlage, which I thought that was his best little surge of play that he had. And you got excited about it, and then a couple days later he said, "Coach, my leg's hurting," and so we had to shut him down a little bit. So but he could have given us obviously some depth there at that position, and it's sad. It is what it is, but it means somebody else has to step up. I hope we come out and we come very focused and really play at a high level. That's even though it doesn't count, it does count, and I think that's the biggest thing. Again, use your minutes. Things we talked about: turnovers, taking care of the ball, shutting people out. We have that capability of doing that. So. Well, I thought Davion, made huge strides. Our team improved. He improved. You just think about the last game. That's, and I've told him that, that it's his best game of the year against the best team in the country. So, to come from the beginning where Casey was kicking his butt every day, when, to at the end, where, because of Casey's surgery and being out, Davion took advantage of it and took his game to a whole nother level. And his biggest thing is just continue making progress with his body and the physicality of it. If he gets his body right, it's going to help him, with his game. I would say that we got a lot of guys that have done well, but I told this to Selton. I said, Selton, who do you think the most improved player? And it might be Luke, to be honest. And Luke has been really, really consistent and efficient, and couldn't be more pleased with what he's done. So I know last year some of you guys can he ever make a shot? And I said the same thing. I'm sure he did, but we always said, I stuck him in a game last year, and he had really had 5-7 days of practice. And the game we put him in was Texas, who has 3 guys drafted, and then their guards probably were the best, best guards, some of the best guards in the country. And like we literally, when you say throwing somebody to the wolves, we threw Luke to the wolves, and he kept working, he got better, and now he's been a really nice surprise for us, and being very, very solid and efficient every day.